is food, and may the Patriots win. Amen. So,
That
real quick.
sounded like Herbert from Family Guy.
I mean, don't judge, don't kick shame me. But speaking
Uh,
of Herbert, so what do you think about homosexuality and religion?
Herbert the pervert.
I mean, that's a different thing because he's a pedophile. But
That's a conversation for another day.
or
I
maybe never.
mean, yeah, we don't even have to talk about that. Like, what is it? What is there even to discuss?
Yeah, I know.
Um, uh, I mean, I don't care. Do what you want.
Well, I think it's the same thing. So that's the end of this conversation. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I mean, because you do or you did go to church every weekend, did you like grow up thinking it was bad and then like later on changed your opinion, or you just like never really cared?
I did grow up thinking it was bad, but that was not because of religion. It's because of my father. Um, he just always told me that never to be gay and gay people are bad. And then 2016, when gay marriage was legalized, he was all mad about it. And so that made me mad about it. But shortly after, I got exposed to the world and I became gay. No, no, I'm joking.
I'm so mad people have the right to get married.
Yeah, but I learned that like we shouldn't hate them. And I talk of them like if they're like some alien species. But I mean like we shouldn't hate on anyone for being who they are.
hmm My dad's the same way, but I don't know. I guess like I just never took what he said seriously.
Well, your dad doesn't like hippies either.
My dad hates everyone. He has something to say about everyone. He makes fun of Mexicans too, even though he is one. Um,
Hmm.
so I guess that's why like I never took what he said seriously because he just like has something bad to say about everyone. But
Yeah.
I was never like I guess I didn't grow up around that either.
Like
Like
none of our siblings are gay, right? Like
our
none of our family members.
that we know of.
That is true that we know of. I mean, I
Um,
thought Sarah was a lesbian for a while. I also thought
Sarah,
you sister was a lesbian. Yeah. You never got that feeling?
just because she's like a tomboy.
I don't know. I just thought she was a lesbo. But anyways, you sister,
Well,
I thought she was a lesbian.
um, yeah, not that we know of. I mean, like our family, like they make jokes and stuff, but they were never like outwardly hateful that I know of.
Well, maybe a few.
Oh, who would you like to name?
Garfiddle,
Oh yeah,
Tootie, um,
he's the only one I can think of though.
um, what's it called? Sarah's dad,
Oh, I don't even like really acknowledge him.
Roly Poly.
um, I guess
And
it's
again, who
also
who knows who knows what's going through that guy's head?
with his Rugrat doll.
Uh-huh.
But like this is the thing, like the people that you're naming, like like I don't even have like a relationship with them, so I don't really like care anyway.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I guess like the way we were raised, like it was never like don't be gay. Like I never experienced that.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I did feel like I didn't even know what it really was until I was probably like 12, and that was just because of the internet.
Wait, what? You got into gay porn or what?
No, it was just because like people would talk about it, and I was like, what? And here's the thing, you know how I found out about
How?
because I was telling you about like the fake relationships that people said in One
Oh,
Direction. So because of that, like because people thought that they were in this fake gay relationship, a lot of gay fans liked them.
uh-huh.
Um, and I think that's why so many people think it's real. It's just because they were like projecting onto them, and like it helped them like come to terms with their sexuality. But um, I feel like that was like the first time I was like really exposed to the community.
The um QGBTI whatever
Sure.
plus. The one silly thing I do come out of that um community is the gender fluid thing where you can be non-binary and all that. Like how what? Are you a computer? What's going on?
Okay. Um,
Non-binary? Like what the fuck?
I don't want to tell someone like, oh, you can be this, but you can't be that. But I feel like there are times when people just confuse like being masculine and being feminine with like being a woman and being a man. Like you can still like makeup and putting on dresses and but you could still be a man, you know?
Well, that's you don't have to wear makeup and be a woman. I mean, actors and news anchors and all of these people wear makeup.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you like those things doesn't make you a woman.
But in society, it's usually the woman who wears lipstick and eyeliner and this and that. But you know who else wears lipstick and eyeliner and all that? Mimes, clowns. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say because those people, like their argument is because like, oh, I'm both masculine and feminine. That's why I think like I'm neither or. But there's lots of women who identify as a woman who are like, oh yeah, I can also like connect with my masculine side, but that doesn't mean I'm a man.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's all personal preference. I think people make up well, yeah, because people make up excuses to do something and to make it seem okay. They say that they have no gender or, that they're the other gender.
I think it's like I think it does exist, but I think it's like a very small percentage that like it's real. And then there's also like another part where people just feel like they want to be like included in something so they
Hmm.
say that they are when they're really not and they're just probably confused.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely do. It's like teenagers. They experiment. They don't know what they want. Or even people in college, they experiment, don't know what they want, and then they realize like, oh, I was just
Yeah,
confused.
because I see like 13-year-olds on the internet like identifying as all these like terms that I've never heard before. I'm like, how do you I'm not saying like you can't know at that age, but it's like,
That's another thing. The internet exposes young people to a lot of things.
yeah.
Um, like your siblings, like they probably know math. Dang it! And I at that age, I didn't know anything about math, but through the internet, they got all these videos teaching them on like counting months, the day, time, this and that.
Yeah.
It's knowledge. With knowledge comes responsibility, and depending on how you access knowledge and what you decide to learn about can affect you. Like on what, like say a 12-year-old can know about homosexuality or 18-year-old can learn about homosexuality. That could be either through experience, like actual real life experience, or looking it up on the internet, like Google, Google this, Google that. And that's a dangerous thing for young children to find out and learn about at such a young age.
Yeah, like there's these like lists of like quote unquote sexualities that exist, and some of them are just like repeats of some of them.
Hmm.
Like what is there's like I mean there's also like people believe like romantic attraction and sexual attraction are well those are two different
Like,
things, right?
yeah, like pansexuality.
Yeah, so I don't like when I was 13, like I understand like some people are already like experimenting at that age, but it's like I wasn't thinking about that at all. Like I was still playing at with my
Hmm.
toys at 13. So
Yeah.
like
I mean, I still play with toys today.
and that's fine.
My little Hot Wheels and Barbies, you know?
Um but it's like yeah, labels can help you, but I feel like they can also do like a lot of damage. Like you don't need to put a
Yeah,
label on yourself.
I know. I mean, like, I don't think you choose the label. I think the label chooses you, kind of thing, you know? Like, you don't give yourself a nickname. People give you the nickname. So it could be something like you girl the fantastic, or it could be you girl the trashy.
Well,
You know, like people give you
didn't
that.
didn't you give yourself the nickname you boy?
It's not really a nickname. It's an identity on the internet to keep us safe, and that's why we have our names as they are.
That's true.
Um, like we have a cause, um, but like you know what you guys call me? You call me a letter, right?
Uh,
And I didn't choose that. You guys just
it
started doing
wasn't
that,
you guys, it was me specifically, and I deserve the credit.
and it catched on. I know it was you. You called me what you usually call me, right? It's just like with my parents, they call me Junior instead of my name. When you sister, they call her what her name is, and not like a shortened nickname. It just still happens to be. It's like a nickname or a title is given, not you know, not like like you don't give it yourself. It's given to you. Like doctor, that's something you can achieve. Um, you can't just be called a doctor like because you want to be a doctor. There's like effort and transitioning. Like say if you're gay, you don't choose to be gay. You are gay. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like all these titles that people pick, like, and then of course there's 13-year-olds like in the way you're talking of. They make all these titles and they pick what they want and to describe themselves, but they don't really know the baggage that comes with all those titles that they have.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like I do I'm not saying like some like I'm not trying to like invalidate anyone. I'm just saying like I feel like sometimes people are just trying to like fit into something, so they say something that they're really not because they're either confused or they feel alone. So they think they'll like fit in a community that's like not even for them.
Yeah, it's like a trend. Like when something becomes popularized, like a what's it called? Maybe a band. So people like it's like a bandwagon. So like say One Direction, like a small little nitpick group likes them. Like you, what was that one K-pop band? Got Seven
Um, the
or
the one
Seven?
I like, yeah.
And it blew up, right?
You,
Well, I'm not saying like the newer people that found them is they're not fans, but the only reason they like them is because they have like a song that really like caught on or something.
yeah, I get what you're
Um,
saying.
like it's something that people get caught up in and they decide to try to fit in and but they're not really a part of the community.
Like
And
you know on like Google you can see like when like searches like spiked up.
mhm,
So there's like certain like sexualities and genders where like only in the past few years where like people have actually like looked that up and like 10 years ago like nobody searched that up at all. So it's like where did these
mhm.
words come from?
It's the media. Yeah, I think it's the media that like popularize it and then people search it up, of course, because they're
Because
interested.
like I mean as we've known like there's like hundreds of years ago like we already knew like gay people existed and trans people
Mm.
existed.
Like in the Bible days, like we were talking about the other episode ago, how in the Bible, like it mentions gays, like homosexuality, and that's just an example of like how long homosexuality has been around with mankind.
Yeah, I mean there's also animals that are
Um,
gay, so
I don't believe in. Um, I think, but they show how dominant they are by and I do believe in rape in the animal community,
In the animal
but I don't believe
community.
like animal. I don't believe that
I
an
don't. I
animal
mean,
could be
not that
gay.
they're like
Um,
actually, but like they participate.
they act in a yeah, they act in a way, and then humans put labels on that and calling it gay or whatever. Because my uncle, he had this goat where there's this big female um that would was like the leader of the pack, and the only actual male was like smaller at the time, was still a baby, and she wouldn't let him breed, and so she would like mount on a female, and like two female goats, and one would mount the other, start humping, and even though like it wasn't doing anything, it still would hump all the female goats, like in a way to show you like the younger calf or whatever, like, oh hey, I'm
Do you
boss
remember
around here.
Flicka? Bennett's dog?
Flicka. Oh yes,
Yeah.
she'll hump other female
But I,
dogs.
I was saying that in response to people who think it's like unnatural. But if it's unnatural, why do animals do it too? Like
Well, I don't think animals can be gay. I think mankind can be gay because like it's a pleasure, right? I mean, I don't think animals can feel
they
pleasure.
don't.
Um, I don't
They
think
just do
so.
it because it's like
Because
instinct, right?
I think so. I think because I think emotions come with intelligence, and I think an animal could. I don't know. It's confusing because like I am kind of flip-flopping on like the debate of an animal being gay because some of the arguments I was about to bring up would contradict that. So I'm not going to say them and not put myself in a hole, which I am right now. But I don't think animals can be gay. I think only man can be gay.
In some populations, homosexual behavior among female animals is not only common, it's the norm.
And what does that
Just
mean?
that they mount each other, like how you were saying.
Yeah, I mean they just mount each other. I don't think it's like a strange
But
thing. It's the
but
norm, like you're saying. It
but
happens
let's
in
say like
nature.
if they only perform sexual acts in order to populate, then why would they do it with a female if they're also a female? If it's not for pleasure.
It's for dominance. It's to show that they're the head honcho
But it
on that.
has to they have to like feel something, no?
Well, maybe a sense of pride, like, hey, I want you to know that I'm boss, so I'm gonna start doing this to you,
Um
you know?
so is that is rape then?
It is rape. I do believe in rape in the animal community. It's like with ducks. Have you heard of
What do they
ducks? Like
do?
most most pregnancies are rape. Um, like a male. Actually, it's been happening so much that female ducks have evolved to have two vaginas. One is like a fake one, and one is the actual vagina where they could be impregnated. And the reason they do this is because the male ducks would rape the female. And there's also
Oh my
gangbangs,
god. Of
gang rapes
ducks?
in the duck. Yes, and also in dogs too. You sisters talked about this to me, saying how she saw a a, a puppy German Shepherd was being raped by three or four other dogs that were all male, and she didn't know what to do, so she kind of walked away. Like
Oh.
you, sister, like she wanted to scare them away, but they wouldn't leave her, and they would growl at her. But yeah, it's sad, but I mean, it happens. I mean, I don't know why it's like a thing that happens. I mean, rape, of course, is bad, but in the animal community, it's like
They want to have
it's just
that
nature.
power. Just
Yeah, they
like
want to have
how
that
humans
power, I
do it to
guess.
other humans.
I suppose.
Well, we got way off topic.
I mean, we're talking about society and like how it functions and how sexuality plays a role because people aren't just having sex in the street. I mean, it's a private, personal thing. And just pornography. Pornography is like a wide scale thing. but it has its own
Are
uses and
you
like
are you
it
for it
makes
or against it?
um no, I don't know. I really don't know. Pornography, I'm not gonna lie, I do watch
A
pornography.
lot?
Um no, not a lot. Um when I when I was more in the religious side of it, yes, it's bad. But like in the personal side, I say, nah, it's okay. Um I don't know, maybe it's because this is like a stimulating thing. It's like eating chocolate. I like chocolate, but if I eat too much of it, it's bad. You know, if I like porn, so I watch it, but if I watch too much of it, it's bad. It's like an addiction kind of thing, you know, like it stimulates the brain, it gives endorphins,
Yeah,
right?
I
That's
mean,
the
because
word.
there are people who do become addicted to it.
Who addicted to pornography, yeah. That's another thing leading back to mental health, how addictions can manifest like out of anything. It'd be sugar, cocaine, marijuana, as long as it produces endorphins, um, it could become
Are you
addictive.
sure
You could become
endorphins is the
addicted.
right word? Or dopamine?
Look it up, my sister. Dopamine, endorphins, whatever you want to call it. It happens. It's a thing that happens in the brain. And so yeah. I think what about you? Like, do you think pornography is bad or good?
I wouldn't say it's good,
It's not bad either, right?
but there's also like recently there's been this thing like because a lot of videos on Pornhub um they're like actual like videos of rape.
Ooh. That's like that goes back to the internet and
Yeah.
like things are available. I mean, usually if you want to go look up rape, you have to go to the dark web and
Yeah,
all,
so
right?
that's like this has been like a debate recently like how easily it is to like put those kinds of videos out there and like people don't realize that it's like reality and they think it's just a fantasy. And there was this
Mm-hmm.
one girl on Twitter, like she had to like pretend to be a lawyer to get her video taken down.
Mm. Um, that is definitely an unfortunate side effect. I mean, rape, of course, is like I believe rape is worse than murder. That's my personal opinion.
Like I would rather
Um,
this is dark, but like I would rather just be murdered than be raped and be left, you know?
then be, yeah, yeah, that's my opinion as well. I'd rather be murdered than raped. Um, and pornography, of course, is a business that makes millions and millions of dollars worldwide. It's like one of those things like it's tough because like there's like a boundary, of course, like for anything. Like with cocaine, it's a thing that's, you know, worldwide and a lot of people enjoy it. Um, and I'm not saying pornography and cocaine are two different things, so but I don't know, like there has to be like some kind of limit of things. Like maybe having a license to post on the internet, but I like how does that go? You know, like do you like make an account with Pornhub and then
Yeah,
like
because people can upload their own
um,
videos on there, so I guess they like but like yeah, like
they just like
who's
just like
monitoring? Yeah, like
there's
that's
no
what I'm wondering.
regulation. Yeah, there's no
Like who's
monitor. Like
monitoring it?
there has to be like yeah, there has to be like some kind of like regulations in place, you know, like to prevent videos of people being raped to be on the internet like that. I didn't know about this. Like, how long ago was this that you found this
Earlier
out?
this week.
Earlier this week. Wow.
That's why it's
Yeah, it
scary.
is. I remember there's this thing called revenge sex or something
Oh
like that.
yeah.
Revenge porn. That was a popular thing where a couple would like have sex on camera, like secretly on camera, and then like they would break up, and then as revenge, the I guess whoever wanted the revenge would post it on the internet, you know, for everyone to see. And that was a controversy as well for a
Yeah,
while.
that's why it's scary because you don't know
Um,
like, oh, did all the people in this video like consent for this video to be out there, you know?
Hmm. You remember my eighth grade teacher? And when I talked about her,
What did you say about her?
I said that she had a big boost and that I had an attraction to her.
Oh, okay, go on.
So one time I found
Oh
this
God.
video on the internet, and it's her, like in her underwear, right? And she was wearing like black panties and a black bra, and it was just like her like getting nude in front of the camera. Not nude. I think she undressed to her underwear, and she was just like showing off to the camera. And I think it was something that she was doing for boyfriend, and her boyfriend like recorded it secretly. I think it was like one of those Skype calls, whatever. But it was her, and eventually that video did go down because whatever. But I remember it got like 80 views on it before it went down. And of course, as a kid, I enjoyed it at the time. And
Wait,
I don't know. It's
so
just
did
you
like
gotta
the
be
school
careful.
find out?
I don't. No, no, no. She never got in trouble. I think she took personal action against it, like her
How
boyfriend
did you find it?
that that posted. I found it.
And it
I
was
guess I was just
her. It
lucky.
just so happened to be
I
her.
don't know. It
Oh
was
my
her.
God, that's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
her. This was like this was after the fact, like after I graduated from middle school. Like I was in high school and I found that video of her like just, in her
That is
underwear on
so
camera.
random.
And yeah, she didn't do anything weird. It was just like her in her underwear. No, that was it. And she was in her bedroom and she was like talking, but of course like there was no audio, it was just music playing over. I don't know. I guess the boyfriend just did that for some reason. Or maybe she could have been hacked as well. I mean, that's another
Oh,
thing. Because like people can be hacked and this and that on their cameras. But yeah,
the
it's
internet
crazy.
is a scary place.
Yeah, it is. It is a scary place.
But you're also listening to this on the
I don't
internet,
know.
so
Like,
maybe it's not that bad.
yeah, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, we have podcasts like this, telling you of all the scary things on the internet. Ooh. I don't know. Um, but homosexuality. Like, you ever watch a gay porn? Because I hear like my ex-girlfriend, she said that she would watch gay sex.
Yeah, a lot of girls do that actually. A lot of straight girls.
Yeah, and I thought it was weird. Yeah, yeah, it was weird. Like when she told me, because we were talking like
I mean, I
about stuff
mean,
like that one
but a
night.
lot of guys watch lesbian porn, so is that really different?
Um, I suppose not. I guess because like maybe it's like so like you're a girl and you're like a guy, and so like if there's two guys, like oh even better. Like you get double of what you like. Maybe that's like
Yeah.
the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I guess. But yeah, she said that she watched gay porn, and I was wondering if you ever watched gay porn.
Um, not regularly, but I have my
Not
eyes have
regularly
witnessed it, yes.
has witnessed gay porn, and I don't know. Do you think that's different from regular sex? Like, because it's the same thing, really. Like
I mean, what
when
what
two
what
people
is
have
regular
sex.
sex?
Well, usually there's a vagina and a penis, and not just two penises and maybe a butthole.
That doesn't mean it's regular though. Like to me, sex is just like if you're
Well, how did regular sex, if it produces another life, that's regular, because that's how nature goes. But gay sex, that's irregular. And I'm not saying like that's irregular because it's wrong. I'm saying it's irregular because that's not how nature intended for us to reproduce. It's for pleasure, and that's okay. I mean, like having sex for pleasure is okay, but it's not. It's not producing. It's not carrying on genetic material to create another being. That's how it's different. That's how it's irregular from regular sex.
I don't think it's just like putting a pee pee inside of a of
It doesn't have to be a butthole. It can be a
that's what I'm
mouth
saying.
as
Like some
well.
people think sex is just like putting a penis inside of a vagina, but I don't think like that's only it.
Well, there's different forms of sex. Like it's not just that
Yeah, that's
either
what I'm
as well.
saying.
It's just that
Like okay, like let's say
this is probably our
because
worst
it's
episode
like
ever.
it's kind of
Like,
like uncomfortable to talk about. But like, let's say okay, you don't go all the way with a girl. Would you say like you've lost your
uh-huh.
virginity or
No, no, the penis has to penetrate, I
well,
think.
like that's what I'm saying to me. I don't think.
Like say a girl like gives a guy a hand job, whatever. Like that's not like I don't think you lose your virginity that way.
But it's still an act of
Um,
sex.
it is a sexual act. I think there's like a ranking of sexual acts in like because like obviously only one person in that situation gets stimulated, but like if they're having like vaginal penetration and all that, that's stimulating to both sides, and it's a higher act of sex because there's more sex energy, I guess,
Well,
going
there's
on.
also like
Um,
people who believe like virginity is just a social construct.
I mean, I think it's a real thing because don't females have a
But that
hymen or
doesn't break
whatever?
just because a penis goes inside of it.
Of course, like something else can happen, like a dildo or something, or even a hand, can do that. But I think it's just something special. It's a special thing between a
Let
man
me
and a
ask
woman.
you, did you feel different after you did it for the first time? Did it change you as a person?
Well, I did feel
And not
different.
immediately after, I'm saying like, did you feel like you were a different person?
Like well, I definitely felt more like a man. I definitely felt prouder and it was definitely a confidence boost. I definitely felt more at ease, more relaxed, more sure of myself. And that was one thing what happened. Like when we broke up, when she ghosted me, I definitely felt like a helplessness. I felt like everything was my fault. Like that means like I felt like I wasn't a man enough or I didn't please her in the way she wanted. And so I felt completely helpless. But after we had, intercourse, I definitely felt confident, better about myself. Like I did feel different. I did feel a
Did you feel
change.
like you gave like some of like a part of yourself to her?
Sex is definitely, I mean, people have sex all the time, and it could be because there's different sex. There's like how I was saying for pleasure, and then there's something called making love,
I hate
and
that
making
phrase.
love, making no, because it's true. I do believe in making
I,
love,
I think it's real.
because
I just like hate how it sounds.
making love, you're sharing something with someone. You trust that person. You
You're
you have a
being
connection to them.
vulnerable with that person.
Yes. And then having sex, you're just having a stimulation in the brain and in the body and nerve endings. That's all it is. But making love is the emotional. I'll even call it a spiritual thing. It's just it's an odd feeling. Like there's like a tension in the air. Like there's a something at the back of your head like that tingles that makes the love happen, you know?
That
It's totally different.
that makes me so sad.
Well, why are you so sad?
Because I don't know, like every time I think about love, it just like I just want to cry.
It's, I mean, see, that's an emotion. That's love right there. You're in a way you're experiencing love in that way because love can be many different things. It can be a connection to someone. It could be a connection to your pet, your something. You can feel love for a lot of things, and you can feel love in a different way. It could be an intense emotional thing where you want to cry. It can be a thing where you just want to rip out your hair and scream to the world, "Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love." I mean, it's just a thing that you feel that makes you happy. It's like a tingle in your chest. It's a funny itch in your throat. It's a nice numbing feeling on your lips. I mean, love is just it's amazing, my man.
Oh my god,
It's
are
just
you in love right
crazy.
now?
I'm just I'm pulling all of this from my experience with girls, because I'm a heterosexual. I'm straight. I'm I don't know how love is with a man or a woman with a woman. It's probably the same thing because I think love can touch anyone. Anyone can have love. Anyone can feel love, and I believe like love. I'm saying that word way too much, because that's what it is. It's a it's like it's a word. It's a name. It's a thing. It's a person. It's a place. That's what love is. It's like it's whatever you put it to. It's whatever you feel. It's like art. Art is something you feel. It's like a music. It's a painting. It's a sculpture. It's poetry. It's poetry, my dude.
So,
It's something that you can put yourself into.
so you would say you've been in love before?
I say, yeah. I think that's the thing. Everyone experiences love in a different way. There's puppy love. There's like hopelessly in love, like Romeo and Juliet. That's a that's a good uh what's it called? Example of like helpless love. They feel helplessly in love with each other. That's why they're willing to die for each other. Or Bonnie and Clyde, they had a love as well that was hopeless. It was just intense that they're willing to die together. Um, there's love like in the Titanic where you're willing to sacrifice everything to save that person. I mean, those are good examples of love. Or like the Notebook, the Notebook even. You're willing to sacrifice your whole life just to be with that person, and like in the Notebook.
You know what?
What?
I'm
What?
in love with the idea of love, I think.
And that's another thing of love. Like you can feel love just for love, and I think that's where hippies come from. They believed in sharing the love because people realized at the time like love is better than war. It's better than death. It's better than a lot of things. I mean, this I love. Well, okay, I want to say that I like this podcast. This is a fun thing we get to
Oh,
do,
oh,
you and
oh, so
me.
you wouldn't even say you love it, okay.
I mean, it depends how many views we get. And then I might change my tune on that. But right now, at this time that this podcast comes out, whenever it comes out, if it even comes out, I like it. I like making this podcast with you because we get to learn about each other and people get to learn new things with us because you teach me things and I hope I teach you things as well.
Yeah, even though you like to debate me.
But that's a fun thing to do. That's something I like to do. I like to debate people. I like to push their buttons. I previously was a bully. That's something I took out of being a bully. I just like messing with people, It's just it's something I like to do. It's a passion I have. It's a passion to get a reaction out of,
Because
It's like,
you were talking about the hippies, and then you're like, I love making people mad.
I mean, like, I like telling jokes because I want to see if it's funny to them. I like to see other people's
It's
reactions to how life
it's like
goes.
tug and war.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. This whole episode, I feel like it's a good one. It started off slow, it started off awkward, but now it has this passion. Because right now, this episode, I feel like I'm putting more passion than I did with Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart, I was listening to that episode and I felt it felt cold. It felt unhuman. But this episode, right now in my chest, I feel like this episode has feeling, it has heart in it. And as I speak right now to you, listener, I hope this episode is your favorite episode so far when it comes out. 'Cause I feel something right now. Like, do you feel that, you girl? Do you feel something right now?
I think love is just the answer to everything, maybe.
I think so too. And I hope you love this podcast. So leave it a like,
I hope you
subscribe,
love it. I hope you
whatever.
love it and not just like it like you, boy.
I like it like that. Dun, dun, dun. I like it like that. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, well, thank you guys for listening.